long ago, in a mystic land, there were two brave adventurers who crossed the highest mountains. Those were the greatest adventures. And the deepest water temples. Nobody liked those. They fought dragons, battled wizards, and spent a beautiful night together that one of them never
Hey,
called
Eric,
back.
what are you doing?
Nothing.
Hey, is that a recorder?
No. Back to your turnips.
It is a recorder. Hey, let me use it. Give it here. Hey, folks. You ever remember old-time radio?
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Hey, don't be a
Get out of here.
fag.
Sorry about that, folks. Anyway, it was the best of times and worst of times. But anyway, it all had a happy ending.
Did it really have a happy ending?
Get the fuck out of here!
Now, what would you prefer? Listening to that, or actually seeing it happen?
Well, YouTube, there's not very many movies that I watch that make me this angry, and Last Airbender is definitely one of them.
I tore the back seat off of one of the chairs.
I did too. I wanted to freaking kill everyone in that theater.
This was supposed to be M. Night Shyamalan's redemption movie, but instead it just proved what everyone already knew.
That
He needs to retire.
Okay, let me break this shit down for you guys. You might have all heard that M. Night was, oh, I'm such a huge fan of The Last Airbender. That might be true. But the whole reason for him doing this movie is because he wanted everybody, he's like, okay, you fucking idiots, I'm a good filmmaker. This is how I'm a good filmmaker. That's the whole reason why he made this movie. This whole idea of him, like, loving the show so much that he wanted to adapt it to film is bullshit. It's all complete bull.
He just wanted to try and show that he can do more than just psychological twist-ending movies.
Yeah, basically, this is like Shyamalan's career. Sixth Sense started on a high note. Then
Signs.
You know what, those Unbreakable? Pretty good. Bruce Willis. He was exciting in it. It's before he got old and tired. then we had Signs. Great build-up. Sucky ending. Then Lady by the Lake. Then we got The Village.
That was very awkward.
Then The Happening. And now this. How do you make a movie that's worse than The Happening? How do you make a movie that's worse than Transformers 2? How do you do this?
I don't know how you can actually do that. You'd have to try to actually make a bad movie like that. I guess he did, and he succeeded.
Well, I guess we should at least explain what it is that made this movie bad.
Although it doesn't warrant it, it just warrants... There's actually people protesting in the streets about this. Protesting against that night.
You just think about it. You just think about that for 1 minute. If everything going on in the world, this is something that people go on the streets and protest. No, so I think, getting into this review, what was positive about this movie?
It was fun to make fun of.
Nothing. Literally, this is like the most painful experience I've ever had in the movie.
You take a very popular TV show, which we've watched, and we enjoy. We like it.
Yeah, I like the TV show. Now, I'm not like a purist. I'm not like, this movie has to follow every scene to scene of the TV show. No, I was willing, for some change and for something new. Did we get that? Kinda.
Regardless of whether or not this was actually based on the TV show, it was just flat out bad even if it wasn't.
Yeah. Pretend for a second if I never watched the show, and I just went and saw a movie. This movie sucks. And it sucks hard. I think the first thing I want to comment on is M. Night has this really bad habit of focusing in, uncomfortably so, to somebody's face as they speed through dialogue.
And this is very, very fast dialogue, like a fast-forward recorder.
Yeah,
here's an example. Hey, Bobby, guess what?
Hey, Eric, what?
We have a movie to review.
Really? What are we reviewing?
A really bad one.
Really?
Yeah, The Last Airbender.
Oh, but I have to tell you something.
What?
I am the Avatar. Well, that's kind of an example of how it was in the film.
Yeah, but honestly, I think we even did a better job.
If that can be believed, which I do.
Now, that brings us to another problem, is the characters that are on the camera.
Yeah. when I first saw the casting for this, I thought like the person they picked for Aang
was a good job.
Was probably a good choice. And then from there, it just went downhill. It's just like got a couple of white kids for
Eskimos.
For Eskimos, we got a bunch of Indians for
Fire Nation.
Fire Nation, which are all supposed to be Asian, and
Asians for Earth.
Well, at least they got that right.
Yeah.
But it's like, kind of scratch your head kind of moments. I don't know about this.
These are all new people to acting. No one knows what the hell they're doing.
And believe me, no one can act.
They're inexperienced shows.
And hopefully, I mean, this is just me, hopefully they never work in this town again. You may think I'm being too hard on fresh new actors, but after something like this, you probably should reconsider your life.
Yeah. The acting in this is horribly bad.
I mean, this is probably like the worst acted movie I've ever
And I saw Jonah Hex.
seen. Yeah. They made a movie that's worse than Jonah Hex.
Both character-wise and story-wise. You thought Jonah Hex had a lot of pieces of it missing? That's nothing compared to this movie.
Yeah, you're basically trying to cram a cartoon show,
an entire season
of 18 to 26 episodes into an hour and a half long movie.
An impossible feat, but M. Night Shyamalan tried, and
he basically just gives us the Cliff Note version of it. So we get like this major problem with the film where everybody is, since just like no time to...
It's all narration. Everything...
It's all exhibition. Sorry, I can't speak. So yeah, you just basically just characters just telling you what's going on half the time. That's half the dialogue of the movie.
Character development is non-existent.
Yeah, we don't see our characters
interacting,
like being friends to each other, or you don't see them like, you know, falling in love with each other. The movie has to tell us. Let me tell you something. It's never a good sign for a film to tell you how that characters are together. It doesn't work. If you're not going to show us,
then we're not going to care.
We're not going to care. So like when, you know, spoiler alert, so when the princess dies, we're supposed to feel sad for Sokka because that was his love interest. But you don't. You don't care.
If it wasn't for the movie telling you, you would have never known that they were actually in love.
Yeah. The pacing in this movie is just all over the place.
It's off the walls.
They got the guy from Slumdog Millionaire to play Zuko, and dude, that guy is so funny because he had like the weirdest looks to his face. Like you get a scene where he's like just like staring intently, and it's just like, what the hell are you doing, dude? Are you constipated?
Another thing that fucking pissed us off was just the names too.
They got every name wrong.
Well, not every name, and they didn't get it wrong. They just randomly changed it for God knows why.
Essentially getting it wrong.
Aang is On.
I think I heard Iroh was Hero.
I thought it was Ira, or something like that.
I heard Hero at one part.
Anyway, it was wrong.
Yeah, why change the names? It makes no sense.
It's M. Night saying, I want to be original.
It's like, you're making this movie for Airbender fans. So
I'm going to change everything.
Change the names. It just confuses me. If you're going to alienate your audience, that's the way to do it.
And that's not all they changed about the characters. They changed their entire personalities, too.
Well, they changed a lot of story aspects to it as well. Like, Aang, they changed